Hello, my name is Michelle Tanner with Soulful BFF, and I have decided to upload a video a day for the next 30 days. And so I'd like to make this first one a little bit of an introduction for you and share my story and how I came about Soulful BFF. So, back in 2006, 2007, I was selling for a multi level marketing company, and I was introduced to The Secret, the book and the movie by an upline. And I watched it and read it and fell absolutely in love with the idea that thoughts become things. And so I decided I was going to think about what I wanted. And the company that I was working for gave away a white Mercedes. And I decided that was my goal. I was going to drive a white Mercedes. And I told my 5 year old at the time, I'm going to be driving a white Mercedes. They say all you have to do is think about what you want and it will be yours. So that is what I focused on. And about 18 months later, more in debt than I ever had been, I threw my hands up in the air and declared, "This does not work." I don't know why. I could see it working for some people, but it wasn't working for me. And so I kind of gave up on the idea. And then I did another multi level marketing company and then another one. I did four altogether throughout my life. In September of 2020, I was selling for the fourth and final multi level marketing company, and an upline introduced me to a group called How to Make Your First Million. And I fell in love again with the law of attraction. And I was like, this time I'm going to do it. And my goal was to turn my yearly income into my monthly income. So that is what I focused on. And it wasn't working. Again, I did not understand why could these people do it. I was getting the books that they were saying. I was getting the courses and the programs, except this one program that was $10,000. I was like, there's no freaking way possible that I can afford that. And about a year and a half later, I finally took out a loan to get this $10,000 program because I was like, damn it, this is going to work for me. If they can do it, why can't I? What am I missing? And about a year after taking out that loan, I found myself, of course, more in debt because I took out a loan, unable to make the loan payment anymore. And about a year after that, I was like basically being sued for not making the payment. And I was in the process through all of this healing from past trauma, my relationship with money, and all of that jazz. So, my backstory with money, all I remember growing up was being broke. I remember my mom constantly getting in and out of credit card debt. Whenever we would go shopping, we would put bags inside of bags or leave the purchases in the car and bring them in, when my dad went to work the next day. So they're in my subconscious, not even realizing it, spending money is bad. You have to hide it. And I remember being a little girl and my grandma always complaining about being broke, and my sister getting money out of her piggy bank, a couple dollars. My grandma's like, "What's this for?" She's like, "So you're not broke anymore." When I was 12 years old, babysitting, making my own money, and I went to the mall and bought these amazing pants. They were patchwork, leather, and suede. They were from Contempo Casual. They were $50. And that was a lot of money back in like 1990. I was just so excited. I get home from the mall, my parents are like, "Oh, what'd you buy?" And I'm like, "Look at these pants," like all excited. And how much were they? $50. Like, I'm kind of proud that I spent my own money on them. And my dad freaking out, "Do you know how long it would take me to make $50?" And my mom like, "We're taking them back." And I was like, "They don't take returns, the exchanges only." My mom's like, "I'll get your money back." And of course, we go to the mall and she's embarrassing me at the store. "Can I talk to your manager? Your manager, blah, 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 blah." I got my money back, but I did not want my money. I wanted those pants. And so that was like my history and my background with money. I remember my dad always trying to do every get rich quick scheme that he could find. I remember my parents selling for A.L. Williams, my mom selling for Tupperware, My dad invested in like solar panels, and back then they weren't just like the flat panels, they were these gigantic rectangular things, and we had one on our roof and we had multiple in our garage because my dad was going to sell them and make lots of money. I don't think he ever sold one. And we were one of the first families to get a computer because my dad was going to figure out this Keno and he was going to learn how to count cards. And he was always at the racetrack, always buying lottery tickets. That is my money story. Money is hard to earn. I could never keep money. Whenever I would get money, it would be gone like almost instantly. I was not good with money. And so here I am, $10,000 in debt on a loan I can't pay for anymore for this program that did not work. And healing through this trauma and realizing my history and my backstory with money, like I needed to change my relationship with money. And so I went to sound healings. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but they can do like ancestral healing. So, like, we were healing my money wound. I did an Akashic reading, um, just investing in everything I could find to heal from the trauma, not only with money, with everything else in my life, but money was a big trigger for me. I was constantly living paycheck to paycheck, feeling like a poor, broke loser. Those are the words that I would use to describe myself. And whenever I needed money and I didn't have the money, it would put me in this downward spiral. I felt like so worthless. And the negative thoughts about money just spiraled into everything else. I was never truly happy. I contemplated unaliving myself on a regular basis because I thought that's the only way out. I am just going to be this loser for the rest of my life, and I didn't want to feel like that anymore. I invested in so many books and courses and programs to try and make my thoughts become things. And fast forward now to June of 2023. I was listening to a podcast about the law of attraction, and Dr. Hank Seitz was a guest on that podcast. And he made it sound so easy. He had a program called Easy Money, Easy Life. At the end of this podcast, he said, I will email you my Joy Shop for free. Here's my number. Give me a call, text, whatever. I texted him, never in a million years thinking that he would text me back, but he did. And at first I thought maybe it was like someone on his team or something. But we had a few texts back and forth and we set up a phone call for a few days later. And I ended up taking his course, Easy Money, Easy Life. And it was a sigh of relief. I realized I was living the life that I had manifested because our communication system with God, universe, spirit, the divine is through our thoughts. No matter how much I thought I was thinking about getting out of debt and not being this way with money anymore, the subconscious, the negativity around money, around everything, around my life, that's what took over. And so I started recognizing my negative thoughts. And when I would realize, you're having a negative thought here, I would say, stop. This is what I don't want. What do I want? I started focusing on and asking for what I wanted. And it took me 2 months of consistently, intentionally catching those negative thoughts. And I completely turned the negative around. After 2 months, I was barely having any negative thoughts at all anymore. And now, zero. I don't have any negative thoughts because if I do, the moment they enter, the instant they're there, I'm stopping them and saying, this is what I don't want. What do I want? Because we have 60,000 thoughts a day. 80% are negative, and we think about the same thing day after day after day after day. So I was a master at manifesting. I was living the life that I manifested. It was right there in front of me. I was a master at this. And so once I got control of the negative thoughts and turned the negativity off, The next thing I did was I got clear on what I wanted. I got into alignment with what I truly desired. I thought I was after money all these years, but it was the freedom that I thought money offered. So I started asking for freedom to feel free. I started asking to feel better, to feel good. I started asking for happiness and love and amazing relationships. And my vibration naturally raised up here where God, universe, spirit, the divine vibrates. And I started attracting everything that I wanted, including money. And it was such a sigh of relief. I have wanted my own business for so long. And what I really wanted to do was teach people how easy manifesting can be. But I didn't want to have $5,000, $10,000 programs, because people that need this stuff, they can't afford $5,000 and $10,000 programs. You shouldn't have to pay $5,000 and $10,000 for this information. So I focused on making affordable programs, still packed with lots of value, but stuff that anybody can afford. I have a happiness assessment for $7.77. And after you fill that out, you email it to me, and it comes with a phone call, and we go over how happy you are and what you want in your life. I have card readings starting at $19.99 for 30 minutes. And we get through 3 to 5 cards, like asking questions to the universe and getting clarity on what you desire. My Manifest That Shit program is only $97, and it's 5 like 20-minute videos that I recommend doing over 5 days, but you can do it all at once if you want, like if you're like me, like next. I just wanted affordability, still packed with lots of value, because you are worthy and deserving of living the life that you desire. And you shouldn't have to fork out thousands and thousands of dollars to learn how to do this. I mean, you can do it for free right now through this video. Take control of your thoughts. That's number one, but a lot of times we need help with that, and so during my programs, and I have a one-on-one 30-day thing for $222. During my things, you have my phone number. So when a negative thought creeps in and you're having trouble getting rid of it, you can text me or call me, and I will help you work through that and get clear on what you desire. I am also an affiliate for Dr. Hank's Easy Money, Easy Life program, and I highly recommend that program. That was the program that finally worked for me after I had taken so many different programs. That was the one that finally worked. It's only $997, and that's the most expensive offering that I have right now. You are worthy and deserving of living the life that you desire. Make sure you are following, because I am going to post a video a day for the next 30 days at least, to help you get clear on what you want and raise your vibration. I love you like a friend.